Mortal Engines is the Peter Jackson produced, Hugo Weaving starring, I guess. He's the only known actor I knew from the film. Kind of based on a YA book series, and directed by Christian Rivers, who was kind of like Peter Jackson's understudy kind of guy for a long time. Peter Jackson, it's like his protege. And this film had some interesting trailer. That first trailer we got over about a year ago really piqued my interest because of the post-apocalyptic feel. Everybody knows I kind of really like the post-apocalyptic kind of movies. And it was unique looking. Basically, you've got, I guess after a giant war thousands of years ago, the ground has become like kind of toxic. So the cities have kind of become like these rolling cities. They're on giant tank type track wheels, and they're just kind of rolling around, and the bigger cities kind of consume the smaller cities. They kind of harpoon them, pull them in. They kind of chop up the metal to use to fuel their city, and then they take the people in and kind of put them to work and yada yada yada. That's kind of the gist of it. Anyways, the main premise of the movie is that there's this girl. She shows up in London after they capture this little city, and she's got kind of a vendetta against Hugo Weaving's character because he killed her mom. That's the gist of it. There is this other subplot going along about basically weapons of mass destruction subplot going on, and then you have various little side plots going on with various other characters. This movie was pretty underwhelming. I won't say it was not like as horrible as like Robin Hood a few weeks ago, but it wasn't nothing special either. It kind of felt like a Divergent or a Maze Runner type film. Visually it looked great. There's this opening scene where basically London takes down these little cities, and it's really cool looking, and it's kind of gets you in the mood right from the get-go. But then after that, it kind of just pooters out, and you kind of just are along for the ride. There's different character choices they make in this movie, and different side storylines that we go into that you just don't ever care about, and you know that they're just doing it so that at the end of the movie these characters can come back and you could be like, oh yeah. It never kind of like cohesed into a watchable movie. The special effects, like I said, are cool. The premise is cool. The world building they do in this movie is pretty cool. It's just the main storyline is just boring, and you've seen it a million times. And then the only actor I could really talk about is Hugo Weaving. Everybody else was just really generic. I did not like the two younger leads, the girl and the boy. Not seen them anything else, but they were just kind of very, very average. There was no standouts. Like in Divergent, you get Shailene Woodley, and she's like amazing. She kind of throws them films on her back and carries them to decency. Even what's his name from the Maze Runner? There's none of that. It's just these real generic characters that just kind of I've already forgotten about him. And Hugo Weaving's just okay. I mean, he's just bad to be bad, and then he gets really stupid at the end of the movie when any normal character would be like, okay, I've clearly lost. They just start doing even more stupid things. And then there are these characters like Hugo Weaving's daughter is just like, there's this whole side plot going on with her, and you just don't care, and you forget about her, and then she pops back up, and you're like, oh god, this is gonna have something to do with the end, and then it does, and it's stupid, and it doesn't even move the plot along at all. And yeah, the music is okay. The score was pretty good. There are some really cool like ships, like I'm saying, the world building here. There's like flying ships. There's this whole war scene at the end, and it looks kind of cool. It's just the story sucks so bad it was hard to get into it. I have a feeling this is going to be a flop of a movie. So apparently there's more books in this series. They kind of tied it off to where, because we're not going to ever get another one of these, I don't think, to where it won't really matter. But the world building enough would have probably got me to go see another one of these. But it's not going to happen. So with that in mind, it's worth a rent. It's worth checking out on Netflix or something if you're bored one day. I would not go to theaters and see this. It's just okay. I'm going to give Mortal Engines a 2.5 out of 5. Until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.